All right, guys, things are finally looking up. I know Bitcoin had about a 10% correction or so, but the charts are looking great, and we finally got the Hota Girl back. Crypto is healing. Looking here at the daily chart, you can see that Bitcoin did perfectly bounce off of the 50-day moving average, and it put in a hammer candle, which usually indicates that we're going to be seeing a reversal from here. So we may have put in the bottom, and with it being in this broadening rising wedge, it looks like this uptrend is probably going to continue, and I still think we're probably on track to reach that price target of about $120,000, maybe even before the inauguration day. The reason why we saw this dip recently is because the Fed basically said that they're not going to be cutting interest rates in their next meeting, and now there's a 91% chance that they're going to do a pause again. This is nothing really to worry about, in my opinion, though. I mean, it's probably already priced in since we did see that little bit of a correction. And things are probably going to change whenever Donald Trump comes into office anyway, because just like in his last administration, we're probably going to be seeing him arguing and calling out Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve on X, formerly Twitter, whenever it was his last administration. Plus, the unemployment rate has started to tick up a little bit, so if it continues to rise and it accelerates, then we might have the Fed actually having to do an emergency cut at some point anyway. For now, though, this doesn't really matter because the government is going to continue spending. They just passed a bill that raised the debt ceiling, and it's probably going to fund the government until like March or something, they say. And the Democrats and Republicans can never decide to agree on anything, not even how to spend money. But one thing they always do come to consensus on is if they're going to spend money. They're always going to spend money. They're just going to argue about where the money is going to go. And as long as that continues, people are going to continue trying to buy hard assets like gold and probably even Bitcoin. So I think we're going to continue seeing the prices of assets, including the stock market, continue to rise until at least there is some kind of a government budget cut, which I don't even know if that's going to happen, but Elon Musk says that it's going to, so we'll see. For now, though, Doge doesn't even exist yet, technically, so they're not doing anything, and the government, they're just going to keep spending like they always do. So regardless of what the Fed is doing, Bitcoin is still going to be going up because the dollar is going to continue being devalued, and the United States national debt is going to continue rising. Like I said, we finally got the Hota Girl back. Haley Welch was asleep for like 3 weeks, I think, and she finally woke up and posted on X saying that she takes this situation extremely seriously. She says she's fully cooperating and committed to assisting the legal team in representing individuals impacted, blah, blah, blah. You know this isn't actually her. Like Cat Turd says, it's a lawyer that wrote this tweet. And honestly, I don't really know if she did know what was going on. I'm sure she's probably not really educated in all things crypto. Someone just told her that it was the thing that people are doing these days, and it would be a really great way for her to connect with her audience and help them make some money or something crazy like that. I mean, think about it. She did get famous for talking about hawking loogies on a wiener, so I'm not really surprised that she would fall for something like this, honestly. I'm not trying to call her stupid or anything, but I'm just saying, let's be honest. The stereotype for crypto bros is a bunch of dudes living in their mom's basement, and she just doesn't really fit that stereotype, so honestly, it's no surprise to me. Donald Trump has been getting some big donations into his inaugural fund from crypto companies like Coinbase, Kraken, and Ripple as well. So hopefully Donald Trump is going to be making crypto one of his top priorities whenever he does get into office. But he's got a bunch of other things going on, so maybe it's going to take him a while to actually make things happen for us here in the crypto space. He did say on day one that he's going to release Ross Ulbricht. He's the creator of the Silk Road, and he has like 2 life sentences, so hopefully he can get out. I've talked in the past about how I think it's absurd that he was basically arrested for building something that other people use. It's just infrastructure, like a road. And as I've said, you don't arrest the construction workers whenever someone drives on that road to go rob a bank or something like that. They tried to make an example out of him, and this is whenever crypto was still in its infancy. So they were trying to push a message that you just cannot innovate in the crypto space because that's a threat to what the government is doing. It was an overreach, and I think he deserves to be freed. So I hope it happens, and it could be positive for the price of crypto as well. At least it'll bring some attention back to the space, and maybe it'll make people think that they can get into crypto and they're not going to be attacked by the government. I don't really know what's going to happen, but I think there's some really exciting times ahead, and I don't think this bull market is over, and hopefully we are at the bottom of that dip. But as I've also said in the past, it's really normal for Bitcoin to see like a 20 to 30% correction in a bull market, so it wouldn't be all that surprising if we go down some more. The real main thing that matters is that we continue in an uptrend, and we could honestly go down for a pretty significant amount before we even had any kind of danger of starting a downtrend. The last higher low was pretty much all the way back here at about $66,000, so we would have to go all the way down below that before we would make a lower low. And I'm obviously not saying that I think we're going to go down there, and I definitely hope we don't. But what I'm saying is that the uptrend is still intact, and even though a lot of people are panicking, you just have to keep your emotions in check and watch for a bottoming signal, which is exactly what we saw here with this hammer candle, and it bounced perfectly off of the 50-day moving average, like I said. So I'm expecting a reversal back at least to the top of this trading channel, and we might even see a breakout or a continuation within this pattern until we get to $120,000. But you let me know what you think in the comments. Is this dip over, and is this the signal of the bottom? Or are we going to continue down to the 200-day moving average all the way down in the 60s? Either way, thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But most importantly, don't forget to do only good every day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.